It was a record-breaking mix of nasty fouls, playground play acting, and a card-happy Russian ref.
Number 10. The Battle of Nuremberg.
Has there been a match like this in World Cup history?
With the technical beauty of the Netherlands taking on the flair extraordinaires in Portugal in the round of 16 at the 2006 World Cup, fans were excited about the skills they would see. Instead, they saw a shambles. The match equaled the record of bookings in a World Cup game with 16 and set a new one for red cards with 4. Portugal's Costinha and Deco, alongside Netherlands' Khalid Boularus and Giovanni van Bronckhorst, were those sent off.
And Van Bronckhorst is dismissed. And I'm afraid that brings a rather sordid end to a steamy and very unpleasant evening in Nuremberg.
We wouldn't be surprised if referee Valentin Ivanov had a repetitive strain injury from holding up so many cards. Even though Maniche gave Portugal the win, this match is better remembered for its chaos.
It was a record-breaking mix of nasty fouls, playground play acting, and a card-happy Russian ref.
Number 9. The Battle of Highbury. In 1934, Italy was riding high after winning the World Cup against Czechoslovakia. Their first game after was taking on England at Arsenal's Highbury Stadium in London. While the match was friendly, there was nothing relaxed about this exhibition game. England, who refused to be at the World Cup, thought of themselves as the best in the world. Though when they took on a team that was that, they didn't hold back and won 3-2. However, there were many injuries and tempers flared. For England, Eddie Hapgood's nose was broken. Bowden injured his ankle. Eric Brook had a fractured arm. Ted Drake's leg was cut, and he was punched in the jaw. For Italy, Luis Monti suffered a broken foot. Yikes. Number 8. The Battle of Lusail. Whenever there's a record involving discipline at the World Cup, the Netherlands seem to often be involved. This time, the Europeans took on Argentina in the quarterfinal of the 2022 event in Qatar.
Lautaro Martinez! Argentina march on!
While Argentina would win on penalties after a 2-2 draw, it was the aggressive behavior of the nations that was the biggest talking point. A record 18 yellow cards were issued in the game.
Ake goes crashing over the outrushing Argentine. Leandro Paredes, who himself clouted the ball at the bench. Yes, of course.
The Netherlands picked up 8, including, amazingly, the only red card after a second yellow for Denzel Dumfries. While Argentine players also picked up 8, with their manager Lionel Scaloni and assistant Walter Samuels also getting in on the yellow action, giving them 10 altogether. Number 7. The Intercontinental Fiasco. The Intercontinental Cup was a fun tournament that had the best clubs in South America taking on their counterparts in Europe. But sometimes talent went out the window in favor of dirty tactics. In 1969, Italy's AC Milan faced Argentina's Estudiantes in the second leg after winning the first 3-0. Even before the match, Milan was pelted with balls and had coffee poured on them. When it started, it got worse. Milan's Perino Prati was assaulted by goalkeeper Alberto José Poletti, while Nestor Combin, who played for France but was born in Argentina, had his nose broken. He was arrested for draft dodging afterward but later released. Estudiantes Poletti, Ramon Aguirre Suarez, and Eduardo Lujan Manera were charged and received bans for their actions. Number 6. The Battle of Montevideo. With the first and second legs resulting in a 2-2 aggregate scoreline between Scotland's Celtic and Argentina's Racing Club in the 1967 Intercontinental Cup, a playoff was issued to find a winner. Taking place in Uruguay's Montevideo, this was a real battle. Within the first half, a melee erupted between the sides, requiring the riot police to calm things down.
The Paraguayan referee has lost control and he knows it. Armed police try to calm the situation.
This caused one player to be sent off from both sides. For the second half, Racing Club had won, while Celtic had 3 players sent off. However, Bertie Auld refused to leave. He continued playing and the ref didn't realize. Tommy Gemmell also booted a player downstairs, which the referee also missed. The riot police even returned near the end. What a mess.
The beautiful game has never looked uglier.
Number 5. The Rampage of Elizabeth Lambert.
That's what happened yesterday during a college soccer game in Provo, Utah. Is practically unbelievable.
In 2009, Elizabeth Lambert took the internet by storm with her outrageous performance. Dubbed Ponytail Girl, she was playing for the University of New Mexico in a Mountain West Conference semifinal match against Brigham Young University. Highlights include her hitting a player in the back, making dangerous tackles, and most famously, yanking the ponytail of an opponent, putting them on the ground.
that is a straight red right there.
However, the referee didn't see most of Lambert's actions. The only one that brought immediate repercussions for her was a trip on a player resulting in a yellow card. While Lambert apologized for her actions, her university banned her indefinitely from football. However, she returned to the team in 2010.
Could take a lifetime to live down this takedown.
Number 4, the Champions Clash. With the game finishing 0-0, the battle between Valencia and Inter Milan in the second leg of the round of 16 in the Champions League sounds dull, but that changed at the final whistle, sending the Spanish side through on away goals. During the brawl, Valencia's David Navarro punched Inter's Nicolas Berdisso on the nose, breaking it. Navarro then ran away as Berdisso and his Inter teammates attempted to kick him, which of course sparked a further fight that continued in the changing room. UEFA came down hard on everyone responsible. After appeals for Valencia, Navarro was banned for 6 months and Carlos Marchena for 2 games. For Inter, Maicon got 3 matches. Ivan Cordoba got 2 and Berdisso was prohibited for 6. Number 3, the Battle of Bramall Lane. In 2002, the then-named English First Division fixture between Sheffield United and West Bromwich Albion made history in the worst way possible.
Well, it's a game which has had so many sendings off, albeit them due to foul play rather than a deliberate handball.
In the 82nd minute, with West Brom leading 3-0, the game was abandoned as United was reduced to 6 players, thanks to 3 sendings off and 2 players leaving due to injuries. This became the first professional game in England to be abandoned in such a way. In the aftermath, the result was awarded to West Brom.
And this game is just going to be one that is remembered for all the wrong reasons.
Then came the punishment for United. After the club was fined £10,000, Patrick Soufou was banned for 6 games and fined £3,000. George Santos was banned for 6, player-coach Keith Curle was fined £500 and banned for 2, and manager Neil Warnock was fined £300.
And by my reckoning, there are too few players on the Sheffield United team for the game to complete. And referee Eddie Wolstenholme, on seeing Rob Ollathorne hobble from the field, has been forced to call the game off or abandon it at least.
Number 2, Mayhem Maradona. In 1983, Barcelona icon Diego Maradona was brutally tackled by athletic Bilbao's Andoni Goicoechea, resulting in a broken ankle and earning the Spanish player the nickname the Butcher of Bilbao. Several months later, in 1984, in the final of the Copa del Rey, tensions were still high. After Bilbao won 1-0, chaos erupted when Miguel Sola verbally abused Maradona. The Argentine took Sola to the floor and then kneed him in the face, knocking him out cold. This sparked his Barca teammates to join as Maradona began kicking everyone. Even fans got involved by throwing objects at the players, forcing riot police to descend onto the pitch to restore order. This essentially ended Maradona's Barca career as he went to Italy's Napoli shortly after. Number 1, the Battle of Santiago.
Good evening. The game you're about to see is the most stupid, appalling, disgusting and disgraceful exhibition of football possibly in the history of the game.
With the BBC's David Coleman's slating introduction to this match, you already know you're in for a wild ride. At the 1962 World Cup, Chile faced Italy in Group 2. Due to both nations' media taking shots at each other in the lead-up, tensions were really high. As such, the first foul happened within 12 seconds.
And there's trouble already. There's a fight going on in the middle there. Well, this looks like turning into a real battle.
By the 12th minute, Italy's Giorgio Farini hacked Onorino Landa, resulting in a red card. However, he refused to leave, forcing the police to drag him away. In the 41st minute, Italy's Mario David tried to kick Lionel Sanchez's head, so he was sent off too.
Well, there's one of the sorriest and most stupid, incredible spectacles I've ever seen anywhere in the world.
Throw in multiple punches from Chile that the ref missed and the police coming on again, and you forget that Chile won 2-0.
And in fact, I think the game is over. Ken Aston on his way to the dressing room. I don't think there's ever been a football match played like this in Chile or indeed anywhere else in the world.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watchmojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.